What up? What up? What up? It's RJ Fantasy Football Talk. You know what time it is. We're not gonna be here this week, but hey, we're gonna get a little short summary of what we're going this week, and just enjoy your Thanksgiving. I'm riding this Jay. What's going on?
Hey, what's up? Getting ready to eat really good. And watch some football. Like you said, I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Spend time with your family, watching football, and hopefully in these last 2 weeks, your fantasy football team can make a playoff push. But let's get at it.
Hey, let's go. So we're gonna start it off. Like I said, it's gonna be short. It's gonna be sweet. It ain't gonna be too long. But we're gonna start off with a couple of guys that did some work last week. Obviously, the guy that everybody's talking about is Saquon Barkley. He
Yes.
had 302 yards total in the game. I thoroughly enjoyed it because he won me a bunch of games, so I appreciate it. So he put up some great numbers, and they're saying he's Offensive Player of the Year, possibly more than likely, and he's an MVP run.
I was
So,
gonna ask you, do you think he's an MVP? Because they usually go quarterback. I think they gotta go running back.
well, the last
Him or Derrick Henry. They
well the last running back to win MVP was well was a running back in 2004, and that was oh wow, I'm gonna have a brain fart right now. Uh, it'll come to me.
It'll come. Look, not doing this live. We can pop it up on the screen. It'll be over
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll come to me. I just seen it. They had a stat up. Look, he played for the Vikings. I can't think of his name. Is
Adrian
that
Peterson.
Adrian Peterson?
All
Yes,
right, there we go.
Adrian Peterson was the last guy to win the MVP. The last running back, and they did like a total amount of yards through 12 weeks, and he's on pace for more yards than Adrian Peterson. So,
Yes.
for me, I believe you gotta put Saquon in there. You gotta put Derrick Henry in there because Derrick Henry he's on pace for 2,000 just like Saquon is. So yeah, and he got 15 touchdowns, which is crazy. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Well, I'm gonna give some props to a guy that I was accused of being a hater for last week. Cortland Sutton had quite a
yeah.
day, and I apologize. Apparently, Cortland watches the show. I'm sorry if I insulted you, but he showed me that he is actually very good. And I still stand by what I said. And I never, just to be clear, never said Cortland Sutton was bad. I just said Cortland Sutton's not one of the elite wide receivers. I think there's probably about 20, 25 guys better than him.
Yeah.
But he put in big numbers and actually helped me out, putting up like 29 fantasy football points on one of my teams. Unfortunately, I still lost because Kyler Murray's an awful quarterback when I need him the most. But still, shout out to Cortland Sutton. Do your thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that got a lot to do with Bo Nix, and I appreciate Bo Nix this week. He got me a couple wins. Bo Nix is gonna definitely be somebody on my list next year.
Yeah,
So definitely, that's who I got for the week. Who that's really the only two that I think.
yeah,
I mean, it's many more, but it's like that stand out the most is definitely those guys.
for sure, for sure. So, anybody you looking forward to this week coming up? We got 3 games on Thanksgiving, a
Mm-hmm.
Black Friday game, and then the rest of the teams. But there's no, unlike last week, there's no bye weeks, so we got
Nobody.
everybody playing. So,
So
who you liking?
right now, for me, quarterback wise, per the matchups, and anything can change per matchups. I got C.J. Stroud, even though he's having I'm not gonna say a down year, but it's not the year he had last year.
Right.
But he got a really good game this week to where
Mm-hmm.
he played the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is a team where he can kind of get off his little slide that he's been on lately. I think another one is Baker. Baker plays Carolina this weekend, so go if you got Baker play him. I think you go Baker just the rest of the year in general. Um, and then you got obviously Pat Mahomes. They play the Raiders. No offense um, to you, but
Right.
I'm just saying.
But hey, Pat had his best game of the season last week, and he'll probably have a good one this week as well. So I'm not mad at any of those.
And I
Um,
will and I will ride with my last one is Justin Herbert. I think he's. I watched the game and man, if that boy could only catch Quentin Johnson, he would have had over 300 yards.
speaking of people that suck, Quentin John. I lost the game this week by less than 2 points. If
Mm-hmm.
Quentin Johnson had just caught that one highlight that you keep saying that he dropped, I would have won that game. So shout out to Quentin Johnson for sucking like he did a year ago and making my life miserable.
I mean,
But I'm with you on Justin Herbert. That's usually we match on a lot of these. Well, that's
mm-hmm.
the only one we actually have in common. I think Justin Herbert didn't have the greatest games because of drops, but he had 0 touchdowns. I expect him to make up for that this week. So I think that's a really good pick. I actually am going to a game this week, and I picked both of these quarterbacks. I've got Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. I think that's the highest over-under game for the week. It's like 50.5 points total. I think both of these quarterbacks are going to do some really good work. So I'm putting both of those in my lineup. And, of course, I'm going to keep the Joe Burrow train going just because he's been – they lose, but he's been playing phenomenal this whole time, and I don't think this is going to be any different this week. So those are my top quarterback starts.
Word, I can appreciate that, but I do like the Quentin Johnson thing. I didn't understand is because he had that wide open play. I mean, literally, it was a man in front of him blocking. He was to the house. Nobody was gonna catch him,
and that would have won me the game.
And I was like, I had him in the lineup, but I'm glad I didn't. I didn't lose, honestly, because of his mistakes. I was already up by a lot anyway, so I was cool with it. But I was like, yo, you gotta play better than that. So I ended up dropping him.
Gave me a 0.
I dropped him this week.
So a pox upon him. I didn't drop him yet, but he will be sitting on the bench.
Oh yeah. So for me, running back wise, I'm gonna say Joe Mixon is definitely a play this week.
All right, we're back. We're agreeing.
Yeah, you play Joe Mixon this week. Love Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is, I don't know what Cincinnati was thinking when they got rid of him. So I think that's another costly mistake on them for getting rid of him. And another one is Bucky Irvin. Bucky Irvin has started to show he is the guy back there. I will run with both of them, honestly. If you can grab, because I got both of them in one league, but I would generally go more Bucky Irvin. But definitely Bucky Irvin. If you got him, you play him because he is really that guy out there. And if you ain't playing with him, you're crazy. So I'm going to say Bucky Irvin. I mean, obviously, you got to go Saquon. You can't really discount Saquon. Saquon is that guy.
Yeah, Saquon's an every week start.
Yeah, every week. And then Derrick Henry is another one. So those guys are going to eat regardless of who they play. So those are guys that you just plug in, they play every week. So those are the guys I got. What you got?
I like I said, we actually agree on a bunch of these this week. The only name I'm going to add that you definitely start it would be Achane. They're going up against the Packers. Well, I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this Miami Dolphins offense the last few weeks, and I think he's going to have a pretty good game against them as well. My usual thing I say is if you have a running back against the Raiders, you play him. This is the week we're seeing the return of Isaiah Pacheco, most likely. So the question is, do you play him? Do you play Kareem Hunt? I think they say they're going to try to go situationally. I think they're going to try to get Pacheco as many times as possible coming off IR. Ooh. So I don't know. I might go against my usual advice on you definitely. If you have Pacheco, I think you play him. I turned over a new leaf, and I say when the guys come back, you put him in. But I would temper my expectations for him and Kareem Hunt because I think they're going to be fighting up against each other. But given the fact that it's the Raiders, they'll probably both have enough to give you at least one running back, maybe 3 status.
Well, I look at it this way. I think they use Kareem Hunt in the slot as a receiver more than anything because they don't have – the receiving core ain't the greatest. Not saying they don't have good guys, but –
they're back to we thought that was one of the strengths they addressed. It hasn't really worked out that way.
Yeah.
D-Hop is obviously the best of the group, but it's not what you probably expected coming in this year.
So I would definitely think they keep him involved from a receiver standpoint, where I play both of them in the backfield, run Hunt out to the slot, and let him play a linebacker and let him destroy a linebacker all game. That's what I would do if I was a coach. Because he is a receiving threat from the backfield. So he may make his mark not from a running perspective, but from a pass perspective. perspective. So I say I say run both of them if you can. If you got Pacheco in Hunt, because I'm pretty sure you had Pacheco and you picked up Hunt. So I run both of them, just like Bucky Irvin and
Rashad
other
White.
Rashad White. So
I
I
get
think
that.
you run both of them like that. So that's what I would do. So
Hey, can I go upset special and say
yep.
maybe the Raiders find a way to win this week? They were
No.
on a 7 game losing streak. The last time they played Kansas City, they played them really tight. It was like a 7 point difference between the two. We love winning on the holidays. We beat them on Christmas, Thanksgiving, maybe. No,
No,
I
because
wouldn't put money on it either.
if you listen to Mahomes' and last quote
Yeah,
that he said last after the game, he was like, "We got to get some blowouts." So
yeah.
I think it's going to be a
They,
blowout.
I was surprised how poorly they played again. The fact that Panthers game was that close is crazy. I think they come back this weekend and try to make a example of the Raiders. So nah, no upset specials. I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, also, I got to throw one in there. I'm going to say you start James Cook
Oh, okay.
against the 49ers. That defense is, we can't tackle nobody. So,
Isn't that the craziest thing that you would recommend a running back against the 49ers? That's never happened in the last three.
I mean, if we had more time, I would explain to you that it's you
It's
shouldn't have fired the defense coach that we had. So
yeah,
that's the problem. So you can't hire your friends. So I would have told them guys to get in line and listen to Steve Wilkes, but that's something they don't want to do. So at the end of the day, that's the decision that was made. But I say start James Cook. Um,
yeah.
full,
I
go
think
strong with him.
Buffalo's gonna do some work on
Yeah,
on, on the 49ers, especially with Brock Purdy out. Yeah, that game
yeah.
could get out of hand. I feel you.
Even if he's back, I still think it could get real ugly. So I say go for it.
Not mad
And
at it.
definitely, yeah. So
Some wide receivers.
as far as receivers, you go Jefferson. He had a down week last week. They
Yeah,
play Arizona. You definitely plug him in. You go and you put him to work because he's got to make up for what he did last week.
yeah.
Obviously,
I like the comment he had last week where he said, if it's gonna be him blowing up or the team, he's fine with the team doing well. So good attitude from
yeah.
Jefferson. So yeah, I like that.
And another one is a guy tried to trade for you that you didn't take.
Yeah,
JSN
JSN.
is another one. JSN has been doing work since a little bit before the bye, but he's continuing to do work, and they say they want to keep him involved.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's really surpassed Tyler Lockett. So
Oh yeah, he's definitely blown Tyler Lockett out of the water. He's actually
mhm.
challenging DK Metcalf, which is a trade I did accept, and I'm hoping DK can bounce back a little bit more and get that one spot. But JSN is looking really good.
I don't know. I don't think he's. They say that he's
Yeah,
probably the downfield threat, but I mean, for me, you can't you can replace CK, but I don't think you
yeah,
can like that. I feel like if you got him and JSN on the same page, which I think they are, JSN and him are two threats, downfield threats, and across the middle threats. So either way, Tyler Lockett could be that third receiver. That if you put him on a linebacker or safety or something like that, he gonna kill them because he's just faster than them. So, but JSN definitely is a guy that you play. I have a decision like I got him on my roster and I can't even play him because I got other guys that's way better than him. So it's just hard to put him on the field right now for me. So
I dig it.
JSN is definitely one. I can't really think of no other guys that obviously your main clee cards that your superstars that you play every week. But I'm talking about guys that have been doing work that need to be noticed, which is the JSN.
Well, I'll add a guy. You mentioned the quarterback, CJ Stroud, but Nico Collins, I think, is going to have a
Yes.
really good game for that very reason. Um, like you said, the offense hasn't looked as good as most people expected. But I think, like you said, playing Jacksonville, this should be a game they blow up with. Of course, Jamar Chase, you're gonna play every week,
Yes.
just like you do Joe Burrow. But I got one that maybe is not as obvious. I kind of like, and you might hate on me a little bit on this one. Chicago plays Detroit. We kind of saw Kane look a little bit good last
Mm.
week. Not
Yeah.
great, but good. And I think they're gonna have to put up some points, and so I'm hoping this will be the game that we see a really good offense. So I like Romo Dunes to have a
Okay.
good game in this one. I think he's between him and Keenan Allen, but I think Rome has shown a really good connection with Caleb Williams, and
Yeah.
I think he at least gets one touchdown. He's gonna get close to, I think, 100 yards if he doesn't hit that barrier. But 80 to 100 and a touchdown is gonna put up some good fantasy points for you on Thanksgiving Day.
Hey, that's all I got.
No tight ends
Hey,
get love. Brock Bowers, man. Brock Bowers is
he
always
gotta
the
have
answer.
he gotta come back. He gotta have a comeback game. Brock Bowers had a down game last year, but McBride is somebody that I
McBride is
think
a good
you
one.
gotta plug and play. Kittles too.
Johnny
Kittles had a
Smith
good
has
game.
been good.
Jonathan Smith had a really good game.
I'm kind of on the fence on Cade Otton. With Mike Evans back, his role kind of. I think he had one catch a week ago. I think
Yeah.
he has more than that this week. So hopefully he can get back on the good foot. Yeah. So.
Well, I don't think I can. I don't see it, but I feel like those like Janu, Kittles, Brock Bowers, the guys,
Standards like Mark
yeah,
Andrews, the guys you
Mark
normally
Andrews,
play.
McBride, those guys are definitely going to be your guys you want to play and you want to keep in the lineup, especially McBride. McBride is doing work weekly. So
Marvin Harrison is not, and unfortunately, Kyler Murray, I say again, not doing work, messing up.
well, that's on Kyler Murray.
Messing
He
up
got
my
to get him the
teams.
ball.
Yeah,
So
so hopefully
you got to
he
give
gets
him the
it.
ball. So we'll see. I mean, but hey.
Well, Thanksgiving's around the corner. Special plans. Anything you want to say you're thankful for? Fantasy football
Uh,
wise, otherwise?
Hey, look, man. I'm 9-3 in one league. I'm 9-3 in another league. I'm 8-4 in another league. I done clinched the playoff in 3 leagues, so I'm good, man. I'm over here. I'm fighting. I'm in playoff contention for 2 other ones, so I'm fighting those. So I think I'm in good spaces with those though, with those 2 leagues. But I'm looking at 5 leagues this year, and I think the last time I did that was 2000 was 21, and I won.
That's you
I,
won 3 championships that
I
year.
won 3 championships that year. Yep. So,
Nice.
but I win. If I can finish in first place in those 3, I think it might look good for me in those 3.
I took
Cause
an L in the league where I was in second, so now I'm in third place. But I'm definitely making the playoffs in that league. I have another league where I'm 10-2. I think that might be my best shot at the championship this year. So we'll hope that one works out for me. But I'm actually really thankful for. I've been talking about my really bad team that was winless up until a week ago. Well, guess what? We won a second game. So
that ends, but that
so
that ends this week.
I have a 10-2 team, and I have a 2-10 team. And yes, I'm playing you in
That
that
ends
league
this
this
week,
week.
so you
I'm
know that,
trying to
right?
make it 3 in a row, baby.
You do know. Have you seen my roster, right?
Hey, we're a team on a mission.
You seen that roster, right?
Look. I'm not making the playoffs, but I'm ruining other people's
You
lives.
can't
So
you can't ruin my life over here.
well, no, you'll lose to me and still be in first place. But
Yeah.
that's not the point I'm trying to make. My
No.
team is coming strong in these last couple of weeks.
No,
So
no, no. You ain't got
watch
to worry
out,
about
brother.
that.
I'm coming
You ain't
for
got
you.
no, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I seen it and I was like, yeah, this 2 game win streak got to come to an end with him. I'm sorry I had to do it to him,
I'm
but
trying to win out the rest of the season. So I win this week. I win next week. I'm gonna call it the best 4-10 team in
eh,
football.
I put up 300 points in my sleep over there, right?
Okay, we gonna
Yeah.
find out.
I'm just saying,
This weekend. So when we come back after this break, we'll let you all know how that game went.
Yeah, I'm gonna win. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm trying to clinch some more playoff spots.
Look,
So
upset special. My team in the gridiron and the
it's not
Las Vegas
happening.
Raiders against Kansas City.
Yeah, it's not
Book
happening.
it, kind
Don't,
of.
that's like saying we're gonna win in Buffalo,
I know, right?
and that ain't happening. So no, not even. So, but hey,
Anyway,
definitely enjoy your Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Enjoy your family first and foremost, because that's important. The food is always gonna be there, but enjoy your family. And hey, spend time with your kids, spend time with your family, spend time with your mom. Hey, just enjoy.
All right.
All right.
Well, been good hanging with y'all. Y'all take it easy. We'll be back next Wednesday for certain. Wednesday night is R&J Fantasy Football. See
Hey,
y'all
like
then.
and subscribe, please.
Hit subscribe. Hit us up if you got questions.
Oh yeah.
Peace out.
Peace.